Welcome back to Wainsider, where we dive deep into the heart of the WWE Universe's most gripping stories. Tonight, we're dissecting a moment that has left fans stunned. Roman Reigns breaking his silence after Solo Sikoa's vicious attack on Fatu on SmackDown. This isn't just another twist in the Bloodline saga, it's a moment that threatens to shatter the Anoa'i family's legacy forever. Let's unravel the emotional tapestry of this dynasty, where power, loyalty, and betrayal collide in a storm of raw emotion. The Bloodline's story began as a monument to family and dominance, forged when Roman Reigns returned in 2020 as the tribal chief. Flanked by his cousins, the Usos, and later Solo Sikoa, with Paul Heyman as their cunning wise man, Roman built an empire that redefined WWE. His Universal Championship reign, spanning over 1,300 days, was a testament to his unyielding control, the hula fala around his neck a symbol of his authority. The Bloodline wasn't just a faction, it was a family bound by blood, heritage, and an unspoken pact to uphold their name. But that empire came with a heavy burden. Roman's role as the head of the table demanded absolute loyalty, a pressure that weighed on his cousins like a stone. Jimmy and Jey Uso, tag team legends in their own right, were expected to sacrifice their ambitions for Roman's vision. Jey, in particular, felt the strain, his loyalty tested through public confrontations and emotional manipulation. The WWE Universe watched as Jey's silent resentment grew, his struggle to balance family and individuality becoming a cornerstone of the storyline. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. Solo Sikoa's arrival in 2022 added a new dynamic to the Bloodline. The younger brother, stoic and fierce, was introduced as the enforcer, a role that masked his burning ambition. Solo's loyalty to Roman was unwavering at first, but his desire to step out of his cousin's shadow was palpable. The WWE Universe could sense the tension, a family united in the ring but divided by personal dreams. The Bloodline's strength was its unity, but that same unity was its greatest vulnerability. Paul Heyman, the mastermind behind the Bloodline's success, kept the faction's fractures at bay. His promos painted Roman as untouchable, while his backstage counsel ensured the family stayed aligned. But even Heyman couldn't erase the toll of Roman's relentless pursuit of greatness. The pressure to maintain their dominance strained the bonds between the cousins, with Jey's brief departure in 2023 exposing the cracks. Fans on X began speculating about betrayals, wondering who would break first under the weight of family obligation. The Bloodline saga was more than a wrestling storyline, it was a family drama rooted in the Anoa'i dynasty's storied history. From Afa and Sika to Rikishi and Yokozuna, the family's legacy was woven into every match, every promo, every "acknowledge me" chant. Roman carried the weight of that legacy, his role as tribal chief a responsibility to honor his ancestors. The WWE Universe was captivated by this narrative, a real-life saga of pride and sacrifice playing out on the grandest stage. The cracks widened in 2024 when Roman lost the Universal Championship to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. His absence allowed Solo Sikoa to seize control, rebranding the Bloodline with new members like Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Fatu. Solo declared himself the new tribal chief, a bold move that shocked fans and set the stage for Roman's return. Posts on X buzzed with speculation, predicting a family civil war as Roman fought to reclaim his throne. Fatu's arrival was a game-changer. Known as the Samoan werewolf, his raw intensity and athleticism made him an instant fan favorite. But his rise created tension with Solo, who struggled to maintain control over the increasingly popular Fatu. Jacob's United States Championship win at WrestleMania 41 only heightened the friction, with Solo's promos laced with subtle jealousy. The WWE Universe could feel the storm brewing, a clash between two alpha personalities within the same family. Roman's return at Bad Blood 2024 was a turning point. Teaming with Cody Rhodes to defeat Solo and Jacob, he reasserted his claim as the original tribal chief. But the victory was hollow. Solo's defiance and Jacob's conflicted loyalty highlighted the family's fractures. Roman's win over Solo in tribal combat at Raw's Netflix debut on January 6, 2025, solidified his position, but it deepened the divide. The Bloodline was no longer a united front, it was a family on the brink of collapse. The WWE Universe was still grappling with these events when SmackDown delivered its latest bombshell. The July 4, 2025, episode in Pittsburgh opened with Jacob Fatu arriving at the PPG Paints Arena, United States Championship gleaming, accompanied by Jimmy Uso and Sami Zayn. The crowd was electric, expecting a confrontation with Solo's new stable, MFT, My Family Tree. But what unfolded was a moment that left fans speechless, a betrayal that would redefine the Bloodline's legacy. As Jacob stepped out of his car in the backstage area, Solo Sikoa emerged from the shadows, flanked by Tonga Loa and JC Mateo. Without warning, Solo attacked, slamming Jacob against the vehicle in a brutal ambush. Tonga Loa joined in, delivering a vicious knee to Jacob's ribs, while Mateo stood guard. The WWE Universe erupted as Jacob, bloodied and battered, was left crumpled on the concrete, his championship belt tossed aside like a discarded trophy. The moment went viral on X, trending under #BloodlineBetrayal. The attack was the culmination of months of tension between Solo and Jacob. Solo, feeling threatened by Jacob's popularity and championship success, had grown increasingly paranoid. His decision to recruit JC Mateo without consulting Jacob was the final straw, a move that Fatu saw as a betrayal of their shared vision. At Money in the Bank 2025, Jacob had cost Solo the briefcase, a subtle act of defiance, but this attack was Solo's response, a ruthless declaration of his authority as the new tribal chief. Roman Reigns broke his silence the next day in a WWE digital exclusive, his voice heavy with emotion. He spoke of family, of the pain of watching his cousins tear each other apart. Roman didn't condone Solo's actions but didn't condemn them either, his words laced with a weariness that hinted at his own internal conflict. He called Jacob the future, but questioned whether Solo's ambition had poisoned the family's legacy. Fans on X dissected the promo, noting the exhaustion in Roman's eyes, a stark contrast to the confident tribal chief of old. Backstage, the whispers were intense. Sources close to Wayne-Sider reported that Solo's attack was a creative decision to solidify his heel status, with Triple H pushing for a darker, more dominant version of MFT. Jacob, now a fan-favorite babyface, was reportedly thrilled with the storyline, seeing it as a chance to shine as a solo star. Some wrestlers expressed concern about the rapid dissolution of the Bloodline, fearing it could overshadow other programs, but the consensus was that this feud was pure dynamite. The emotional aftermath was devastating. Jacob Fatu, who had been loyal to the Bloodline's vision, was now a victim of Solo's ambition. His alliance with Jimmy Uso and Sami Zayn, formed in the wake of Money in the Bank, was a rebellion against Solo's control, but this attack raised the stakes. Fans on X speculated that Jacob's injuries, reportedly a storyline concussion and bruised ribs, could lead to a dramatic return, possibly at SummerSlam 2025. The hashtag Justice for Jacob trended as fans rallied behind the Samoan werewolf. Solo Sikoa's actions were a power play, but they came at a cost. His promos in the weeks leading up to the attack had been laced with insecurity, praising Jacob's talent while subtly undermining him. Solo's decision to align with JC Mateo, a lesser-known member of the Anoa'i extended family, was seen as an attempt to assert control, but it only alienated Jacob further. The WWE Universe saw Solo's attack as a desperate act, a man clinging to a throne that was slipping away. Roman's response added another layer to the drama. His promo hinted at a desire to mend the Bloodline, but his reluctance to take sides suggested a deeper struggle. The tribal chief had reclaimed the Ula Fala, but his empire was crumbling. Fans on X debated whether Roman would align with Jacob to take down Solo or stand alone, protecting his legacy at all costs. Bill Apter's prediction on Sportskeeda WrestleBinge of a Roman-Jacob alliance, dubbed the Samoan Superpowers, fueled the speculation. The attack's impact on the Bloodline's legacy was profound. The Anoa'i family had always been a symbol of unity, their dominance rooted in their shared heritage. But Solo's betrayal of Jacob, a cousin he once called brother, shattered that unity. The WWE Universe mourned the loss of the Bloodline's golden era, with clips of the attack trending alongside Roman's somber promo. The family's pride, once a beacon, was now a battleground, each member fighting for their place in history. Backstage, the fallout was palpable. Jacob's star power was undeniable, with WWE officials reportedly planning a major push for him as a singles competitor. Solo's new MFT stable, featuring Tonga Loa, Tala Tonga, and JC Mateo, was positioned as a dominant heel faction, but some insiders questioned whether Solo could carry the group without Jacob's charisma. The WWE Universe awaited the next chapter, with SummerSlam 2025 looming as a potential battleground for this family war. Jimmy Uso, caught in the middle, was devastated. His alliance with Jacob and Sami Zayn was a stand against Solo's tyranny, but the attack left him questioning his role in the family. Sami, an honorary Uso, brought an outsider's perspective, his loyalty to Jacob and Jimmy a reminder that the Bloodline's influence extended beyond blood. The WWE Universe watched as these relationships unraveled, each moment a testament to the power and pain of family ties. The road to SummerSlam 2025 is paved with uncertainty. Jacob Fatu is set to face Solo Sikoa in a steel cage match for the United States Championship, a clash that promises to be as personal as it is brutal. Roman's role remains unclear. Will he support Jacob, his cousin who shares his disdain for Solo's betrayal, or will he stand apart, guarding his legacy? Posts on X predict a Bloodline civil war, with some fans hoping for a Roman-Jacob alliance to dethrone Solo's MFT. The emotional scars of this saga run deep. Solo's attack on Jacob wasn't just physical, it was a betrayal of trust, a fracture in the family's foundation. Roman's silence, broken by a promo heavy with regret, spoke to the toll of leadership. The WWE Universe is left grappling with the fallout, wondering if the Bloodline can ever be whole again or if this is the end of an era. What does this mean for the Anoa'i legacy? Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Jacob Fatu represent different facets of the same dynasty, Roman's pride, Solo's ambition, Jacob's defiance. Their conflict is a reflection of the sacrifices demanded by greatness, a family torn apart by the very power they sought. The WWE Universe watches as this tragedy unfolds, each moment a reminder that blood binds, but it can also break.